So Vaush recently put out a video. Kyle Kuklinski, please come to your senses. Jimmy Dore is not a progressive. I mean, depending on the definition we're using, either a Kuklinski or Vaush, but that's neither here nor there. And he's right. What Dore advocates for is basically social patriotism. He wants to return to the 1930s, which I suppose there's a market for that. There is a subset of capitalism that is comfortable with the state regulatory agencies and shit that were created by the New Deal. Vaush is a market socialist. And all this means, literally the only thing this means, is that Vaush wants to be a spokesperson for rentier capitalism. Basically, the idea behind this is that you rent the means of production from your boss. Or not your boss, but from, a hedge fund someplace. You and a bunch of buddies pull your resources together. You get a 3D printer. You go into work for yourselves as a co-op. Mondragon in America. And there's nothing revolutionary in this at all. It isn't socialism. It does not do it away with the value form. It's not revolutionary. It is simply a further development of capitalism within capitalism. Now, Engels talks about this in Anti-Theory, where he mentions that the bourgeois become, they have no other function than to trade stocks with each other, and they lose the managerial role that they used to have. And you see that occurring now. The much vaunted PMC have taken over much of those functions. It's become a working class position. There are layers of management now that didn't exist in the 19th century and that have been further elaborated on since the 20th. So, right, but at any rate, Vaush, he's not advocating for revolution. He's advocating for market socialism, which is the same goddamn thing as capitalism. He has no interest in actually abolishing labor, and I'll make a video on that. The abolition of labor is absolutely the crux of the Marxist program. He's not interested in any of this. He wants you to go to work for these nameless hedge funds. He wants you to rent the means from them, and he wants to be the spokesman for that, and he wants to call it socialism. It is the exact same thing that Grimes did when she was talking about communism last month or whatever. They're not advocating for anything that's going to end capitalism. They don't care about ending capitalism. They have no problem with capitalism. They're all